When it comes to the games that we love, nothing beats the ones that we grew up with, and for me, MegaMan is no exception. But does it stand the test of time? I'll let you be the judge of that. I'll just play the game. Hey everyone, and here it is, MegaMan. First in a long-running series, and personally one of my all-time favorites, and I'm so glad that I can share it with you. Now, I remember playing this game as a kid, and the learning curve was just astronomical. The platforming is tough, the action is tough, but what's funny is that I love it, and I stuck with it. Well, anyway, so this game lets you choose any boss in any order, and tonight we're going to start with Gutsman, because he gives you an ability that lets you unlock an ability later on in the game that can be used to make some of the platforming a little easier. And then Gutsman stage, it introduces some of the more stable enemies like the Metal, but it also introduces you to how unforgiving the platforming can be. And I remember playing this part, and see where those things drop when they hit the gaps in the track? I honestly don't know why I didn't give up on this game as a kid. And a lot of people consider this game to be one of the more difficult, even compared to 9 and 10. Now, I do agree that it is difficult, but I always found 9 and 10 to be much more challenging. Now, the reason why people say that this one is difficult is probably because of the absurd amount of damage that some of these enemies do to you, and even bosses. Like, they can kill you literally 2 or 3 shots. Now, this is made up by the fact that you do a lot of damage to enemies as well, and bosses, even with your Mega Buster. But, you know, you can't get around it. You'll die 5-6 times trying to fight a boss, even most notably in the Wily stages. Now, those guys, man, they gave me a lot of trouble as well. They'll do tons of damage, and they're so hard to get around. And you may think it's a good idea to try to kill them, but it's not. It's never a good idea. They take too long. And they'll just respawn on you if you walk too far away. Now here's Gutsman, first boss we'll be fighting. And his strategy is jumping up and down, stunning you, and throwing a gigantic boulder at you. Which isn't too hard to dodge, but as you can see, the timing is not difficult. It's just, you know, you're trying to shoot him, you're trying to watch where he's landing, you're trying to dodge his boulders when he throws them at you. Yeah. So I won't say that this game isn't difficult. I'll say this game takes a lot of practice to get good at. And I am by no means good at it. I just kinda know what I'm doing. But only kinda. And that's it. First boss down. Gutsman. Now the boss order that we're going to do is Gutsman, and now the second boss is going to be Cutman, who is weak against Gutsman's weapon. And from experience, I know that Cutman is not easy to hit with Gutsman. Oh, and also this game was the only one that featured a point system, which personally I think seems strange, but I guess it was kind of the thing to do in the late 80s, you know, make it more arcadey. And maybe they planned to make this game as an arcade game. Originally, it was Capcom. Now these guys are pretty easy. I mean, as long as you get them when they're shooting their first shot, which goes up into the air, they won't hit you, and they only take one shot. And unlike later MegaMans, your bullets don't bounce off of their shielding, so you don't lose the 3 shots that you normally get. I recall those things too. They just give you so much trouble as a kid. Because honestly, you don't know how to deal with them. And another thing you'll notice in this game is the slowdown. is ridiculous. Like right here, you'll see it. Look at that slowdown. But all in all, don't seem to be doing too bad so far. I will admit that I've played this game recently. I've actually played through all 10 of the classic MegaMans within the last month or so. So I'm a little practiced, but going back to this one, man, you see how much more they refine the later ones. But it adds to the challenge, it kind of adds to the fun to see what they improved as they moved on and then going back to square one. And there's another one of these guys. Oh, successfully made it over him. I'm really surprised, because it is not easy to get around those guys. And this is the only Mega Man that added enemies just before you went into the boss fight. Which means if you die at the boss fight, you have to go through those guys again, which is always a pain. So here's Cutman, weak against Gutsman's weapon. And we'll pick up these blocks and throw them at him, but Cutman likes to jump around, as you just seen, and dodge your... Now he seems to be relatively weak against the Buster as well. Do a little dance up to the item. Do a little jiggy. 6,000 points. That was another, they give those point pellets at the end. So third boss is going to be Elecman, who is weak against Cutman's weapon. Another infamous stage that I recall as a child. And this part in particular. Trying to jump up these ledges gave me nightmares as a child. It's just, oh my goodness. Because you have to be sure you're not on the platform long enough for those guys to hit you, and then it's a tight jump up without hitting the ceiling. Man, it's such a hard time. Alright, there we go. And they scatter them around these stages like you know what to do about them. And honestly, I do have Cutman's weapon, which will kill those guys in one shot. But we won't worry about that right now. Yeah, you got through those guys pretty easily. You gotta be sure to shoot them just as the eyeball is coming down, otherwise they'll shoot this electric stuff at you, which will knock you off the ladder and you gotta start over again. And one of my dreaded parts of any Mega Man is the appearing block. First appearance in Elecman, and we'll see much more of them in future stages and future games. Alright, we're almost there. We're about halfway through the stage now. Another infamous part of the stage is making those jumps. I mean, as long as you're fast in making your jump and don't allow yourself to slide off the edge, you're good. More of the green guys. Electricity at the top of these ladders, they'll take you out if you're not fast enough, see? I think it's just the original Mega Man is just death trap after death trap after death trap. I don't think the developers really wanted you to succeed in this game without banging your face against the wall. Okay, and the only special weapon in this game is, and I don't know what it's called, it's like the magnet cannon or something. Anyway, what it will do is it'll create a platform in midair that you can jump on. And it's something that I didn't realize was that if you held it in so that the platform extends, it will only actually use up the amount of energy of one shot. It's if you hit it multiple times will it use up more energy, so you can get away with some interesting platforming if you utilize it well enough, which hopefully we'll see in a little later in a few of the other stages, which we'll use the magnet cannon to get around some obstacles. Alright, we're closing in on the boss now, another one of these dreaded platforming areas. They're so easy to get, so easy to fall off of. Alright, another infinite end stage robot. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't think I'm going to stand too much of a chance against the boss with 2 bars of health. So actually, let's see if we can get around this guy without... Oh my goodness. That was so close. But we got around him. At least if we die against the boss, we have a checkpoint just before him. And it's very possible we will die climbing this ladder getting up to him. Hopefully my timing is good enough that I don't stay long enough to get hit by these electricity things. Okay, one more screen left. And middle. Oh man. Okay, I think we made it. Yeah, we made it. So let's get out Cutman's weapon, and we're ready for a Lekman fight. 3rd boss in the playthrough. He's relatively easy, but his weapon, not that you could tell here because I only had 2 sticks of health, but there we go. Yep. So if he hits you with that electricity, it does a ton of damage. I think he can kill you in 2 or 3 shots, but luckily Cutman's weapon does a ton of damage to him as well. So that's boss 3. On to boss 4. Who, surprisingly, will be Iceman. Now, electricity and ice, I guess you can kind of see. You see that kind of in like Final Fantasies where water is weak against electricity. I mean, well, technically it would be like Blizzard, which is weak against fire, but whatever. He's weak against electricity. So here's Iceman. Another infamous stage with their slipping friction... They're frictionless, whatever you want to call it. The physics in this, the ice physics, a pain in the butt. You're sliding all over the place. It's so easy to fall off ledges. And these penguins. Slow down is real, folks. Slow down is real. And in some cases it helps you, but to get the jump timing down, when it's like literally going 10 frames a second or something, it's quite difficult. But at least we got through that part. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go for this energy pellet here, or the life pellet. Make sure I take a little more damage so it's worth it, right? Okay. Oh yes, and some more appearing blocks. Favorite thing in the whole wide world. There we go, use Cutman's thing to get that guy now. But luckily the pattern's not that bad. Yep, so we wait. Oh, fell. So it's jump, wait, jump, wait, jump. So wait, jump, then jump, jump, and we're through. Alright, and this time I'm going to use the magnet cannon or beam or whatever they want to call it to climb up here. Because we don't want to mess with those things. Now here's an example of holding it in and just walking across this big pit. Why risk it, right? Oh jeez. Oh my goodness, these guys don't want me to make it. Okay, okay. Let's do this. Oh, just got over him. Oh no. Oh god. There we go. That was awfully close. I could have fell there. I almost ran out of time. We'll try to get this one up. Hopefully, no. Nope, didn't get it. But we can get some health. That'll always help. Because jumping makes it faster. Another one of these guys. Not making it. Oh my goodness. Thought for sure I was going to get hit by him, but he jumped up high. His loss. Okay. Now I'm going to attempt the pause buffer maneuver to get this boss. And that means when I shoot the weapon and it hits him, I'll constantly pause so that and it messes with the invincibility frames of the boss, so it'll actually hit him every time I unpause. So let's see if it works. Oh, he jumped too high. Okay, here we go. Boom. It's so cheap. But honestly, this game is okay, I'll admit it. This game is really, really hard if you don't use that trick. And I'm going to use that trick because I'm not really that good at this game. Okay, now that we have Iceman, I guess the obvious choice is Fireman because ice is weak, strong against fire, right? Well, you'd be correct if you had that assumption. Because here we are. Okay, one thing to look out for in this stage is the lava, because that is a one-shot kill. And as long as we kill these guys before they're able to shoot, they won't be able to do too much damage to us, or any at all, actually. And one of the biggest parts of this stage as well are the rising fire pillars right here. The lava being a one-shot kill, and those flame things hitting you as you're jumping across the lava pit, so that it does kill you in one shot. We'll try to avoid those. Now I know that you can use Iceman's weapon to freeze these things, which would be a handy thing to do, right? But we're not going to do that because we need the ice beam for the stage's boss, and I don't want to accidentally waste it all. Okay, let's make sure that we take our time here so we don't get hit. Oh, and it's not a pit. Those tricksters. Now this is a room for concentration, that's for sure. As long as we're quick and smart, we should be able to get through here without taking any damage or much at all. Well, that was a risky jump. Alright, now I think these things are one-shot kills, so we're going to use the magnet beam or to just jump up here instead of even trying to deal with them. And we got bullet bills. So what's an NES game without a bullet bill, right? We'll use Cutman's weapon here to get this guy. Oh, but it wasn't worth it because he respawned. And more of the Potaboos. You know, another Mario reference, right? That's what Capcom was going for. That's what I would assume, right? Oh, these guys are in the ceiling. Oh, oh. Oh, see, I'm too quick for you. MegaMan's too quick. Smarter than you robot things. Alright, and here's Flame Man. We can get Iceman. We're going to try the pause trick on this guy too. See if it works. Oh, too fast. Oh my. What am I doing? Oh, I'm hesitating. There we go, I got him. That was not as smooth as Iceman. Alrighty, that's 7 of the 8 bosses down. I can't believe we got through it so quickly. But it's not over till it's over, so here comes Bomb Man. Weak against Fireman. Look at that bomb, he's so cool. Probably one of my favorite robot masters from this one. And probably one of my favorite soundtracks of this game too. Oh, those jumping guys again. It's just a pain in my side. And the footballs that explode. Another staple of the Mega Man, things jumping out of pits so you can't get across. Well, these guys don't seem too threatening though. That's mean this game is just a game of death traps. And I honestly did not see that health there. It just blended into that robotic tree thing. Yep, yep. Oh my. I made it. And we're not doing too bad. I mean, we got through all the bosses with no game overs yet. It's a good sign, right? I mean, we did die at the one boss, but that's to be expected, I guess, and MegaMan even used cheats like the pause buffer. It's not cheating. It requires skill too, right? Okay, jump some more of the bullet bills. Oh my goodness. That was close. That guy was right on top of me. Oh, and I can tell this guy wants me done. This guy wants me dead. Oh, oh, so close. Alright, I think we're here. I think we're almost at the boss. Oh, 1 up. That's always nice. Oh. I guess I shouldn't have went so far. Jumping again. Speed up the pace. Mr. Green here, blocking the door. He's no match for MegaMan. I mean, look at me, I'm blue. Okay, let's get out our Fireman. Oh! Oh, man. More enemies just before a boss. Okay, let's see if we can get this pause trick down again. Oh, oh, no. No. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm not going to make this one. Oh. Let's try again. Right, you're going down this time, Bomb Man. Suffer the wrath of my pause buffer. If I can pull it off. Come on. Oh, I'm just gonna give up. Let's just get through this, right? And there we are. All 8 bosses. Still no game over. I'm pretty proud of myself, actually. 286,500 points. Not too bad. Well, everyone, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed MegaMan as much as I do. Be sure to come back for more 8-bit action, and until then, this is Pixel Bites. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.